Just wanted to share what happened to me in case anybody needs encouragement or faith that things will work out and that God is not going to fail you. Let me give y'all the most quickest background story. Recently broken up, currently, handling finances on my own completely by myself for the first time in like 5 years. Been looking for a job for the last 3 to 4 weeks. My car completely effed up on me. It literally cost a disgusting amount to fix. So I'm currently trying to save up to fix my car. And I'm doing all of this while being someone who actually been depressed, anxious, dealt with mental health her entire life. So it's also a battle every day to try to rise over those things while going through a lot of things that could just take me out. Pretty much, that's what we given. Looking for a job for literally like a month now. Like literally 3 weeks. Out of nowhere, my car wanted to add to the troubles that I have. My heart's already broken, right? Then here go the car. Your life already, in shambles. There go your car to break your heart even more. So basically my car cost so much money to fix. It's not so much, but I ain't had that saved up. No, I didn't. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. A lot of us don't got thousands of dollars saved up. So put in apps in for so many jobs. Knew I was gonna have to get a full-time job given I live alone now. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not, two income type of thing. So I go to a job interview. They're like, yeah, we're looking for like 10 hours. What are you talking about? Girl, what am I, $100? Am I in high school? So basically every job was given that, or every job I would call every other day. I would call a job 5 minutes after I applied. Like I was so just very getting anxious. And I told you I have dealt with depression. So I knew that it could get dark for me. And I'm trying my hardest not to allow myself to just get depressed. I'm trying my hardest not to be anxious and worry. And also at the same time, I've been building my relationship with God. So, and I know that you're supposed to give all your worries to God. You're supposed to have faith. If you're worrying, what's the sense of praying type of thing. So I'm like, okay, bet. At some point, I just say, you know what? It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. Because at this point, the more you try to force something, I feel like that's when it's not really going to work out. And that's when you're not working with God's timing, pretty much. I'm like, you know what? God said he's going to work it out. I just trust God. So I'm like, trust God. Just putting the apps in, just calling. I'm just letting whoever calls me back, call me back. So I'm not going to say the specific place because this is where I work and I want to keep privacy. The job that I applied for, I said, you know what? Let me just apply for fun. I put the app in for multiple positions. Every time I would put an app in for a position, it would get denied 5 minutes later. I'm like, oh, there's a robot reading this. Because there's no way someone's sitting at the computer 5 minutes after I filled out the application and denying it. I started getting discouraged. But after that, I just kept filling out apps. At this point, I was like, give me a janitor job. I don't care what job I have. I just need something given my circumstances. What I'm understanding is not to rush things and not to try to do things yourself. Because sometimes I feel like when you rush things and you don't try to be in God's timing and let him work, that is when things go bad. Because I could have took any job. I could have took the jobs that were offering me 10 hours. I'm just like, what is that? Am I a high school student? No, baby. I got rent, car repayment to fix, all this other stuff. So basically, I just had to start slowing down because I started getting a little anxious. I started getting a little I started feeling myself just doing a little too much. I feel like it wasn't aligned with me. So I'm like, you know what, cool down. I'm just going to fill these apps out. Boom. So I filled out this one application for a job, but the timing, I don't have my car. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it there. But I filled it out anyway because I'm like, they're going to deny it anyway. At this point, everything is for fun because everything is a joke to me right now. But that application, I don't get the denial email right away. So I'm like, oh, they'll probably send it, 5 minutes. So I forget about it. A couple of days go by, I get something that's like, oh, we want to schedule an interview. And I'm just like, huh? I'm just like, y'all never sent me this. I thought it was a joke. And I'm like, oh, they're going to deny me anyway. So what's the point? At the last minute, I do the interview. At the last minute, I say, you know what? I looked a hot ass mess that day. I had my hair all over my head. I put my hair real quick, got ready, did the interview. I'm like, you know what? Who knows? So I forget about it because I'm filling out other apps. I'm stressed out and everything. Then out of nowhere, I get a phone call at 8 a.m. It wakes me up, but I ignore it because I'm just like, who's calling me at 8 o'clock? I'm half asleep. I listened to the voicemail. It's like, this is HR from so-and-so. And I'm like, what? I'm just in my head huh? Oh, we want to offer you the position. We just want to talk about a few things. I said, what? I'm literally sitting there am I being deceived right now? I wake up quick. I call back. I'm nervous. My heart beating because I knew that I was not going to be able to make what time the actual job started. This position started. And I knew I had to take the bus. This has been putting my pride and ego to the side. I'm like, baby, anything I need to get there, because I know I'm getting my car back. It's just going to be a minute. So I was like, before we get started with this conversation, break my heart right now, if it needed to be. So I'm just like, I can't do the start time, but I could do, you know, an hour later. If I could start then, I got to take the bus, my car, da-da-da. She's like, oh, let me go ask the manager because he's the one who accepted the application. I'm just like, fuck, I'm about to cry. So I was just sitting there, you know, mini anxiety panic attack going on. She comes back, she's like, oh, the manager said it's fine. Just like that, so calm, so regular. I was like, Lord. I just sat there, I'm just like, thank you. Like in my head, I was like, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God. Because like this struggle of finding a job has been crazy. And no, it's not the ideal position I want to be in. No, it's not the ideal career, but right now it's what I need, honey, to survive. Okay? That's how I had to also look at it myself, like, I just need to survive right now. Off the phone, I'm already tearing up. I'm like, thank you, God. I'm like, you see what happens when you just step out on faith? Because I'm over here not about to do the interview, not about to put the app in, already looking at my 100 failed applications from all the other years I applied. And you tell me the one time I need a job, need a job, the one time y'all accept my application, that's... And then I feel like I'm getting older. I feel like I'm sounding like my grandmother or something of like, you telling me God's not real. Because how does that work out so perfectly? When things work out perfectly, it's almost as if someone's doing that for you. That's how it feels. Boo-hoo crying once I get we have accepted you on board, da-da-da. Your start date is, ooh, I start crying. Because I'm just like, the relief of stress off my shoulders. I'm a little stressed, but now I know, like, just let God do what he got to do. Because you don't know what he's working in the background. All that time I forgot about the interview and everything. They're looking at my stuff. They're like, oh, yeah, we're going to call her. And I'm over here stressing. You don't even know what's really going on the outside of the world and who he's talking to, who he's connecting with to get you into a certain place. So the faith to keep going. If you needed a push to know that things are going to work out, then I hope this video was that for you, because I'm completely changing every single day. Like, my mind is growing. I am having so much faith, and that's when I started seeing the most in my life. Like, even though I gotta take the bus, even though I gotta take 2 buses, to be honest with y'all, it's so surreal. It's so humbling. It's just like, I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it. Most people are like, dang, you gotta do so much. I don't care, because God just gave me this job. I know I'm getting my car back very soon, and we'll be fine very soon.